Hello everybody, Drew here, tip of the Mitt Flips, where I'm a stay-at-home dad and a part-time eBay reseller. And every 100 subscribers, there's a giveaway. So if you're watching, make sure you subscribe so you have a chance to win. And I really hope I get to interrupt this video with that giveaway. I think there's only like 6 subs to go. So that these words I'm speaking are embarrassing if it didn't happen, but I think it will. I'm gonna put that out into the ether, and then maybe I can will it into existence, so then I can feel good about getting more subscribers, and you, somebody out there, can feel great about winning a giveaway prize. Actually, the last giveaway winner just contacted me yesterday, picked their prize, and so that will actually go out today. It came down to the wire, but got it in. I was a little worried. So we are going to do the 1900 subscriber giveaway. It actually, I eclipsed 1900 and then a few people exited. That is your business to do with as you please. It is your YouTube, your entertainment, whatever. I didn't want to say it was a subscriber giveaway and then people look and it not be there. A little embarrassing. It'd be a little embarrassing. Maybe not. Maybe I'm overthinking it. But yes, 1900 subs, 1900 subscriber giveaway. Thank you so much to everyone who subscribes. I honestly, I try to say as much as I can. I do appreciate every single one. I'm not going to do anything waiting around to the end of the video, The people that watch the end, you watch the end. The people that don't, you don't. I'm not going to convince you to do it. If you want to be entered for the 1900 subscriber giveaway, be subscribed, like the video, and then leave me any comment in the comments and you will be automatically entered in. I will announce the winner at probably the next video, but I might hold on. If the next video is on a Tuesday, I will definitely do it on that one because I kind of want to hold out for a live to do the giveaway just for fun for me. So thank you everyone. Please get yourself entered, and then what you will win, if you win, is $10 towards something in my store and then some tip of the Mitt Flips merch. So let me quit rambling and get to pulling orders because I do have 12 orders going out today. I also have 3 TCG player orders that I already packed up. I have 2 more to go out, but those need first class shipping. And so there's not really a timeline like there is with eBay. So if I have time after I pack up everything else, I'll pack those up. I sent out 2 yesterday because the TCG player orders I'm sending out when they come in, because it takes a long time for their system to count them as a completed sale if they don't give you feedback. It takes like 10 days, 10 business days, or maybe it's 7 business days. Either way, it's a long time, and I need to get to that 51 completed listings in order to get it into seller level 4 and get into their direct program. I have, I think, only 3 sales left to go, and then whatever amount of time it takes for that to process through their system. The ones that went out yesterday, $36 in profit. The ones going out today, or at least the sales that are on today, if they go out today, it's over $40 in profit. So it's working out pretty good. I'm getting a good mix of the higher stuff and the really, really cheap stuff. And then, you know, because if I got a day where I got 30 orders and they're all for $1.50, that's going to take an hour plus to do and not feel like I'm making any money. But speaking of making money, first thing going out is a game, Croc Legend of something. Legend of the Gobos right here for PlayStation. And I got this. Oh, I got that from a friend of mine when we did a card deal. He had a couple other things, and he actually ended up throwing that in the deal. Ended up selling $19.99, free shipping. That will not go media mail, that will go first class. And it was during the 10% promoted listing sale, so 10% of that goes to eBay. Next up, A3 Bo Jackson card lot, right over here, which is somewhere in here, so give me a second. All right, and whenever I say give me a second, I put the camera down, it could be an hour, you have no idea, and then I just cut it out. Right here is a lot of Bo Jackson cards, 32 of them, took an offer, $10 free shipping, that was sold through promoted listing, so eBay's getting $1 of that. And this is why TCG Player is actually awesome. I know I talk about it a lot, but it's new in my life, it's what I'm doing a lot of. It's my channel, I'm gonna talk about it. But for sports cards, for cheap sports cards, you have to go through something like this, where I got to take pictures, lock them up, bundle them, compete with thousands of other eBay listings that look exactly the same. It's really not worth it for the most part, but I did catch wind yesterday that there is a up-and-coming card selling website. I don't recall the name. Once I have checked it out and vetted it a little bit and make sure it's legit, that handles cheap cards, sports cards, just like the Pokemon cards. Because that's the thing. When it comes down to, I mean, there's 32 cards in here, $10 free shipping, so that's not even 32 cents a card, because the shipping's included in there. Those are 10-cent cards. For a 10-cent card, it's not worth the time to take a picture of it. It's barely worth the time to look it up. And does it matter if it's mint or excellent for a 10-cent card? No, you're not getting it graded. That's not happening. So it's just to add to your collection. They're a Bo Jackson collector. So it does actually make sense for that platform to exist. I hope it works. I hope it works well, because I have 30,000 Pokemon cards. I probably have 10 times that in cheap sports cards, because you can't get rid of them. There's nothing that you can do with them. Next up, it's a book. Just Friends and Brave. It's a weird title. Right here, Robert F. Kennedy, Just Friends. Oh, and Brave Enemies. I didn't finish the title. So it is a normal sounding title. $14.99, free shipping, sold through promoted listing. So eBay takes some of my money, more than they normally would. Next up, I listed this and it sold within seconds, and that was my goal. So I'm a genius. A1 is a Motorola barcode scanner right down here. And this is a hot item. If you can get your hand on a bunch of these symbol Bluetooth scanners, I mean, the sell-through rate is amazing. The money you get for them, amazing. I had no ability to test this. It's got a battery in it, but I don't have a charger. I don't have a cord for it. Couldn't test it. So I had to sell it untested, parts for repair. I saw the sell-through rate, and my goal was I want to list this at a price where I'm not going to get an offer, and it's going to sell immediately. And that's what happened. I got $24.99 plus shipping, and I got that in a Kyle mystery box, so it cost me less than $1. I wanted some turnover. And next thing going out, B3A, also listed at the same time, is 3 vintage scissors. Shears, B3A, wrong drawer. B3A. It is this little pack here. I did end up listing all the scissors I'd got in the Mikhail mystery box. I lotted these together, listed them cheap, because sell-through rate, there's some good money in scissors, but sell-through rate is atrocious. Real bad. So every pair I listed is now the cheapest pair available. Yeah, sell-through rate's just, it's not good. So for those, I may have sent out an offer, but maybe not. I don't really remember. $12.99 free shipping. That could also have been what I listed them at, because like I said, I listed them cheap. And then I eventually did, because sales had slowed a little bit. At least, let me rephrase it. My ability to send out offers had slowed, and that was what I was noticing with my additional promoted listing percentage, that I was just getting a ton more opportunities to send out offers, and that had slowed back down to normal. So it could just be, and this is how it's always been with the eBay algorithm, sorry, it's hot in here, is that it's not the promoted listing so much that was getting me all that attention. It was the fact that I changed something on every single one of my listings. It's always been that way, that the algorithm loves when you tinker with your listings, when you do stuff. And that's why Sell Similar was the go-to for myself and many other sellers for years, because all it was doing is basically generating brand new listings of stuff that already existed. Nothing changes. It really didn't take much effort. Couple minutes, you could Sell Similar your whole store. The only issue came is if you used up all your listings, and then you start to paying for listings. So I would always say, do Sell Similar, but only if you have free listings available. You shouldn't do it if it's costing you money. So it could be that just changing the promoted listing is what was doing it, not actually the promoted listing. Again, don't have proof. It's hard to prove any of that stuff. All you can do is test, try to go with what's going best. So what I did is I went back to my 2.1% promoted, and then I did run a whole store 10% sale. I just started that this morning though, so we'll see through the weekend how that goes, because today is a Friday. Next up, it's a pair of men's Gator Trap Max Track shoes. It's this pair right here with one shoelace. I contemplated just taking the other shoelace out. I wasn't sure if it would help the value to have no shoelaces more than hurting the value is with one shoelace. I really wasn't sure, but I figured I guess one's better than none. I don't know. Got that in Mikhail mystery box, so it cost me less than $1. Took an offer, $25 plus shipping. I will make a couple dollars on that shipping as well, unless it's going to Puerto Rico, which I do have an order today going to Puerto Rico. I don't remember which one, but I do. Which does not... Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory, I think. It's in the USPS system. So I think it's technically a U.S. territory. I'm not really good on all that. I got so many things in my brain. That's one that I've thought about and never decided to care enough to find out the answer. Tell me. I know one of you already know this answer. Is it that it's a U.S. territory and that's why they get USPS shipping? I do know, and I found this out over lockdowns, that it was, I mean, pretty awful. And again, I think it's that they're a U.S. territory, but they don't get to vote, and they didn't get any like the stimulus checks, or they don't get any of the tax break. Like they get all of the bad parts and none of the good parts. They just get USPS shipping. Tell me if I'm wrong on that, but that was about the gist I got out of it, is that they get all the negatives, none of the positives, except they get USPS shipping, which I'm laughing, but if that's true, that's sad for them. B3B13 is a lot of 3 wigs. B3B, that's not a thing. Let me look at that again. That can't be right. B5B13, that makes a lot more sense. And it is this one right here, which either is 3 wigs in there, they're just the same color, so that threw me off. And for that lot, I accepted an offer, $25 free shipping. Those cost me pennies. One thing that has been driving me crazy lately, I consider myself a pretty smart person. Not trying to gloat or something, but just in general, I think I'm a moderate intelligent. But I'm a terrible speller. I never cared. I would always turn my homework in, like, this is misspelled. I'm like, you know what it says? I don't care. What I care about is the answer right, and did I get it done as fast as I possibly can? I think that kind of stuck with me. Let's just get it done as quick as possible, and then move on to the next thing. But I think with the last eBay app update, what happened, I don't know, something happened where now, at least I use an iPhone, so maybe it's just an iPhone issue. The title, when you're making a listing on your phone, doesn't autocorrect and doesn't have spell check, period. Not at all. Like you misspell something, it doesn't do you the little red squiggly line to tell you, hey, dummy, fix your spelling. Does not exist. And I didn't catch it until I had misspelled like 4 listings, 4 words in 4 separate listings. And I was like, oh, now I got to go back through like 4 days worth of these things, double check, because misspelling a keyword, it's not going to direct somebody to your listing, that's for sure. And it also doesn't look good for your store to have misspellings. So what I've been doing just to make sure, like I said, because I'm a terrible speller, is after I do my listing, or as I'm going through my listing, my descriptions are always just when you list from your phone, it auto copies the title into the description. And unless there's an issue with the item, I don't add anything. It's useless. Nobody looks at descriptions anyways. So now when I'm going through my normal adding, price and shipping and all that kind of stuff, in that process now, I click into the description, because in the description, the spell check still works. Every other section of the app, spell check still works, autocorrect still works, but in the title spot, the spot where it would matter the most to eBay and to the sellers and to the buyers, it doesn't work. Anybody else notice that? Is that just my phone being awesome, adding something to my day? I don't know. All right, next up, A2A is a calorie step distance pedometer. is what this is called. And this is the one. This is the one going to Puerto Rico. I remember now. And I accepted a offer. There were a bunch of these listed. They were listed very cheap. I was the cheapest one, and then still took an offer of $9 free shipping, because it's an item that if you're not the cheapest one, you're not going to sell it anyways. And if I don't take that offer, I might not get a second one that comes around because the sell-through rate, abysmal. Next up, B3D13 is some swank cufflinks, and I can see them right now. B3D13. These ones right here, they're actually pretty cool looking. I like those, but not very much at, I went back and forth with the buyer, but I only had them listed at $8.99 free shipping, and we settled on $7.43 free shipping, which I think after tax brought them to a straight $8. Whatever. I'm not making a lot of money on it. I didn't pay basically anything for them. Actually, they either came in a bag that I've already made a bunch of profits on, bag of jewelry, or they came in another bag of jewelry that I already made a bunch of profits on. So all profits, even though it's pennies. Next up is an album. Haven't sold an album in a while. Bluegrass Various Artists. And when I listed this, I said this is never going to sell, because there were no sold comps ever, or at least in 2 years of Terapeak. I think there was quite a few listed, but not a bunch of money either. Who cares? I'm not complaining. I'm just telling you about it. $9.99 free shipping. That will go media mail. I ship all of my albums in a album mailer, also inside a vinyl protective poly bag. And I'm not saying that's the reason, but I have a 100% success rate on albums. And to all of you that used my Bubble Boy link to get your bubble wrap, thank you so much. That is awesome of you. I appreciate it, because you could just go to the website, you could go to anybody's link, but the fact that you're choosing mine actually matters to me. I see those numbers. I don't know who does it, but I know when it happens. Thank you so much. If for any of your shipping supplies you wonder what I am using, I have links to everything I use in the description. That actually helps me out immensely. So if you need those things and click on my links, thank you. Next up, this is an interesting one. It's over in the other stuffs. The game disc area type of thing. It was a little disheartening. And yes, I did leave the sticker on there because time mattered more with this one, and I was going for give me whatever money you will. But this elephant memory system, it actually has, what are the bigger ones? 4.5 floppies? 3.5 floppies are the hard ones. The bigger ones are 5.5. 5.5 floppy. It's 5.5 floppy disks. Because at first I was like, oh, this must be CDs. I got in a Mikhail mystery box. Like, it's a memory system. I thought it was audible that you worked on your memory. Who knows? But what was in it was a bunch of floppy disks, but the glue had let loose on all of them. So none of them have labels. Some of them do not go with that. So there was a bunch of extras in there. And so I just laid everything out. I put the first words in the title are read below, read description, then the title. That's how much I wanted them to read to make sure. And in the description, I said something along the lines of, I have no idea what's on these discs. They could be not what the box says. This is a buy at your own risk type of scenario. And I don't know how much a 5.5 floppy costs. Probably not a lot of money, but maybe they bought them just for the floppy disk. I don't know. But I will take the $12.99 free shipping, and that does go media mail, because this isn't a game, and it is technically media. So this is going media mail. And I paid less than $1, and so that is good money for me. And today is a very bread and butter type of day. Like nothing extravagant, but a nice number of sales, solid number 12, and all in that 10 to like 25 range. This is a happy medium. If I had this, but it was daily, I would still have a very, very functioning store. But because the number of sales that I get fluctuates greatly, you got to have some of those big bonus sales. Actually, let me do a little twofer here. Let's start with tip of the day. And the tip of the day is to do sales the way I do, to do one-offs. Every once I had to switch batteries. My camera was freaking out. It was overheating. I hope it's not new GoPro time. That would be really, really awful. You have to put yourself in positions that you will stumble across something above and beyond what your expectations were. And that means that you're out there sourcing. That means that you're looking in new places. That means that you're constantly adding knowledge of new things to source, even if you're taking a shot in the dark. How I got started with pens, how I got started with cufflinks. Just, I saw that, okay, here's a chance to possibly have some value, low dollar risk, and I'm going to have, worst case scenario, I'm out a couple bucks and I learned something. Those type of things. You put yourself in positions to be lucky, which the luck isn't there. It's that you put yourself in a position to get success. And what brought me to that thought is everybody's favorite game show,
What's That Worth?
And today on
What's That Worth?
we have, which I got out of a Mikhail mystery box, so cost of goods less than $1. And when I did the opening of the Mikhail mystery box, I said, this looks like trash. It has painter's tape on it, it's beat up, and I might be kind of giving away that it's not a $9.99 free shipper, but that's okay. And I said, okay, but it's kind of neat. I'll probably just, you know, put this in with the kids' toys and maybe play it with the littlest one, that kind of stuff. But when I listed this, and I put it back before I forget where I put it, I was shocked. If you would like to play What's That Worth, pause the video. Please don't cheat. I have no way to know if you cheated, but I would like to think that my viewers are moral, upstanding citizens for the purposes of this game. Beyond that, debauchery everywhere. But go ahead, pause the video, put your guess in, and if you're the closest, free shipping without going over, I will message you in the comments, and then you will get some free Tip of the Mitt Flips merch if you are the winner. All right, and last thing going out is, it's a Golden Bee Mother and Fawn cross stitch, and I don't even have a shelf for it, number for it, category, space, thingy, all those things. Custom SKU number, that's what I'm looking for. But I knew exactly where it was because it's where I put all of them. And this one right here, I don't recall where I got it. Might have got it in a Mikhail mystery box. Might have got it when I bought 50 of these things from an old lady in the middle of nowhere. And what I got for that one, $17.99 free shipping. And I have mentioned that this, I should make a top 10 list. But this is in my top 10 favorite things to sell because they almost always have barcodes unless they're, you know, vintage, but still always very easy to ship. They have a fantastic sell-through rate. Fantastic. I mean, I've listed, you know, probably 50 of them, and I have two left. And then everything that's in them is, of course, there's this cardboard piece with the picture on it, but that's not part of it. The only thing that's actually part of it is this piece of cloth and the string and the instructions. So you chuck it in a poly bag, you seal it up, it's good to go. They're all first class. You get them for super cheap when you do find them. I'm telling you, top 10 favorite things to sell, and I will make that video. I will not tell you how soon because that would be a lie. At some point, I'll write it down when I'm done recording and I'll make it at some point. I should actually make a top 10 list of the ideas I've had but never got around to doing. I'd probably get around to that before I'd actually get around to doing the things. I did have a viewer, sorry, I don't remember who asked, do I do, you know, now that garage sale season, they said now the garage sale season is starting. There actually was one in town today. I wasn't able to get to it because Jen had to work, but our actual garage sale season, we're still about a month away. And I said, I will be, for those that enjoy those videos, I will be wearing my GoPro out and about, and I will be making, you know, in the wild sourcing videos, but I hate editing them. Hate it. It's so tedious and mind-numbing because I just went and did the thing. I just went and had all these conversations. I already know the things I bought, you know, so I'm recapping, but it's usually taking 4 to 5 hours of footage and chopping that down to like 20 minutes. But just to go through the footage still takes, you know, there's big chunks I just cut out because I know how it went. I try to edit them right away, so I kind of know. Oh, I remember walking over here and talking to my dad for 15 minutes. I can cut that out. Or here's the part where you forgot to turn your camera off and drove to the next garage sale with your camera on. Cut that out. But I am going to do it because, honestly, because they have a high success rate on YouTube. I don't enjoy them, but the people enjoy them. So if that's something you do enjoy, I will be making them this summer. I skipped out on them last summer because of those reasons, but I'm just going to do it. Hopefully my channel grows enough over the next year and I can get a virtual assistant to do that for me, because those videos are, I don't need my personal touch on. It's literally cut out the sections in between. That's it. Put some music to it. And then I'll probably put a recap at the end, go over what I bought, that kind of thing. All right, so now for the results of
What's that worth?
And for this, Richard Hefter Martin Stephen Moskoff Shuffle Book in terrible condition. Mine is listed. It is complete though. Actually, I think it has 2 extra cards in it. Mine is listed as the cheapest one available. Sell-through rate is over 100% because I think there's 3 available now and there's like 7 sold. So that is above 100%. I'm sure somebody out there could do the math for me. Above 100% sell-through rate. Mine is the cheapest one listed. $89.99 free shipping. What? I probably, because I gave him a Macau mystery box with a ton of stuff. That probably cost me 25 cents. I'm sure when Macau watches this, he might be a little sad about it, that he didn't know that thing is worth almost $100. In good condition, it is worth $100. I was flabbergasted. I looked it up just going, okay, I guess I'll look it up. And then I immediately, I'm like a kid when that happens. I run out in the house. Look at this, Jen. Look it. I can't believe how much this thing's worth. It was definitely a nice surprise. And that's why I talked about that you not only need those financially when you sell one-offs, when you do reselling, but reselling's a grind. Most people work by themselves. You work in a lonely garage or an office or a side bedroom. It's, you know, early mornings, late nights. It's a grind, and things like that will give you the boost you need to keep going. I listed an extra 3 items after that because I was just feeling energized. Oh, wow, that's awesome. Let's go. I have nothing against, and you guys know that, nothing against listing $14.99 free shippers all day, every day. That doesn't bother me. They sell, as long as they're selling, that's money. I'm not mad about it. But that can get very arduous, and it can just kind of start to weigh on you a little bit. It gets boring, repetitive, but every once in a while you get that little one. You get that win. You get that one that just gives you the tingles, like, ooh, I nailed it. I didn't even nail it. This one just showed up. So, Mikhail, if you're watching this, I'm sorry, man. You missed out on that one, but I do appreciate it. When you come up this summer, I owe you a drink, maybe a couple. Well, that's going to be all for this one. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, go ahead and give it a thumbs down. Subscribe, share, and we go to each other. Just really neat. Hey, little Pete. Do they ever really fix things? I have no idea what this is. What do I care? Let's go. I'm good at this.